Seeing as it's 7:34, call the meeting to order. Do I need to ask for a motion to make me sitting chairperson?
No, I think that's just automatic.
Okay, cool. So roll call. We have Charlie, would you mind sitting for one of our vacancies?
Sure.
All right. And Joe, myself, and Jim are all here. So new business, application 21-15, Udolph Enterprises at 971 Hot Meadow Street for additional parking in the Upland Review area.
Good evening. My name's Louis George, and I'm from the law firm of Hassett and George. I represent Udolph Enterprises, LLC, who is the owner and applicant of 971 Hot Meadow Street. We are seeking a review of adding 5 additional parking spaces within the 100-foot buffer of Owensbrook area. By way of a background, 971 Hot Meadow Street is an apartment complex. There are 38 two-bedroom units, all fully occupied, with 54 parking spaces presently, which is under what would normally be allowed if an apartment complex was to be put in at this time. For a lot of safety reasons and the benefit of the tenants, Udolph Enterprises has been looking for ways to expand the parking. And there's been a plan set up adding an additional 10 parking spaces, 5 of which are within this upland 100-foot buffer area, and then 5 that have no issue and are not part of the application today. So we're seeking an approval. With me today is Alan Bongiovanni. He's the engineer. And at this time, I'll turn it over to him to discuss any of the technical information that he has, and also to answer any questions that you all may have. So, Alan?
Thank you, Lou. Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the commission. My name is Alan Bongiovanni. I'm a licensed land surveyor in the state of Connecticut. My office is at 170 Payne Road in Newington, and I'm working for Udolph Enterprises on the application before you this evening. As Attorney George said, what we have before you is 5 parking spaces being added to the site. I'm not sure, Mr. Chairman, if you can put the screen, the map up on the screen.
Tom, do you have?
I can see if I can share something. Give me a minute. Not used to popping this stuff up from home.
Yeah, I don't have the option to share. Maybe I do.
Actually, I think
would that map be in the meeting packet?
It will be. It will be in the Dropbox.
Okay.
Yes, it
Alan,
should be. It's the map
right.
at the bottom of the meeting.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, and Alan, if you want to share, I believe you're open to share. If not, I will make you be able to share. But
Okay, so you got me there. I'm not quite sure how I would share this.
you and I are in the same boat.
Bottom of the screen, there's a green button that says share screen.
Yep, I got you. And
There we go.
Can you see that?
yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
We're live.
Thank you for the lesson. So as I was saying, and I'll move this over so I can look at it towards the camera. The proposals for 5 spaces within the Upland Review area, immediately adjacent to existing parking. Basically, it's extending the eastern row of parking 5 spaces northerly, the closest point being about 27 feet from the wetland itself. It's all within the regulated area, the 100-foot regulated area. Our proposal calls for just basically not changing the grade any significant measure, but scraping off the topsoil, subsoil, providing adequate pavement base and pavement with curbing around it. So to accommodate the parking, we show minimal clearing. In all actuality, it's brush being cut back, so there's no trees even being cut. And then we would curb the area and it will drain to an existing catch basin immediately south of the 5 spaces we're creating. The project is very minor, in my opinion. It's about a $5,000 to $7,000 project. It can be accomplished well within a 30-day time period. The applicant is looking for this additional space for the relief of his tenants. The demographics have changed a little bit in recent years, in the past, many of the 2-bedroom units were occupied by single renters. Now they seem to be all filled with 2-car households, and that's the need for this proposed parking. I don't know if there's any more detail you'd like me to add. As I said, I think it's a fairly simple application. It is in the upland review area. We feel there'll be no effect on the wetland area, as any runoff will be captured within the curbed area and directed right towards the existing catch basin and outfall that exists on the parking area. So with that, if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
So this is Charlie Halbin. So I had a question about sort of the runoff staking that you're going to do for the construction. Is that a picture of it in the upper right? Is that kind of how you're going to do the during the construction? Is that picture in the sedimentation control system installation?
That's the silt fence.
Yeah, that's the silt fence. Okay. And so where is that actually going to be placed on this map?
So there's a heavy dashed line just off the parking area. It's all that exposure that's between the proposed parking and the wood line or the top of slope.
Okay, and that's essentially where the concrete, the curbing is going to go when that's all over, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Just a point of clarification. So the area that these spaces are going is already relatively level and at the same level as the existing parking lot?
It is. As I said, we really have no intention of changing the grading. We're going to remove topsoil and unsuitable subsoil, put in proper base and pavement, and it's going to flow in the same direction it always did.
Okay. Thank you.
Is it a correct interpretation that there were already parking spaces in the upland review area? Is that what those areas are to the left?
That is correct. All of the parking that's shown on this drawing is within the upland review area as the corner of the building.
Okay.
And an observation in the field, there is parking to the south of this that it's connecting to.
Mm-hmm.
Where would the other 5 spaces be?
They're
Like
at the
to
entrance
the-
of Country Lane on the left-hand side or the west side.
Okay, so they're not part of this.
No, far removed from the
Okay.
regulated areas.
And just from field observations, there is already existing drainage that they propose to change from a curb drainage catch basin to a flat catch basin drainage, that there's no change in the drainage system, no more further disturbance for or any need to improve.
Okay. Is there any further questions, comments? All right, I'll entertain a motion.
Sure. I'll make some of the motions. I move that the proposed activity is a regulated activity.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I move that the proposed activity is not a significant impact.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
And I move to approve application 21-15, 971 Hot Meadow Street, Udolph Enterprises LLC for the construction of 5 additional spaces in the upland review area.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any objections? None?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Thank you.
Night.
Good night.
All right. Let me see here.
Okay, moving on. Do we have any old business? Nothing on the agenda.
I get, hold on. Let me see here. Exit full screen. Let me pull that aside so I can see what I got here. All right. General business minutes. If you'd like to postpone the minutes until we have a full crowd, we can do
Yeah.
that now, or we can hold that until the next meeting for the July 6th meeting minutes. It's up to you.
I mean, Marjorie sometimes weighs in. I would lean towards we move to accepting them to the next meeting.
Somebody make a motion to postpone them to the next meeting, and we'll be fine.
Yes, I would, I move that we table the minutes until our next scheduled meeting.
Okay.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any objections? None. Excellent.
All right. Would you,
Agent actions.
I'm going to hold off on the agent actions until we have a further a deeper set of people here, but it's really just a deck expansion, so it's nothing major.
Okay.
I just like everybody's ears to be on it, so that if they have any concerns in their backyards or anything, if it's in their neighborhood, that they know about it.
That's fair.
That would be fine by me. I've had no correspondence from any public about any wetlands issues or anything that's going on. I don't really have any updates about any wetlands impacts that are occurring or maybe occurring in the near future. And just for conservation business, because I know it's kind of Marjorie's pocket because she's on the conservation and land use and open space and land trust. Oh, Charlie, yes. I mean, Joe, sorry.
Yes,
Yeah,
I do have one
apologies.
thing I would
Go.
just like to add for our general conservation business. On Monday, I think it was last Monday, but at the most recent Board of Selectmen meeting, my wife Nancy and I, as founding members of the Simsbury Pollinator Pathway, made a presentation to the Board of Selectmen regarding the pollinator pathway and, of course, the importance of our pollinator population and proper and appropriate land use management practices. And there was a proclamation before the Board of Selectmen, which they approved unanimously to declare the town of Simsbury a pollinator-friendly community. And the Simsbury Pollinator Pathway will be working with the town on planting some pollinator gardens and things of that nature. And obviously, I would keep the Conservation Commission apprised of all that. And but I just wanted to share that good news because we're just trying to alleviate indiscriminate spraying of pesticides and herbicides and fungicides, and make sure that we're all practicing sound land use management practices and mowing policies. So it was we were very excited about it, and we certainly look forward to continuing to do help the town do the good work they do. So that was good news.
And Joe, my apologies for forgetting about that.
No, not at all.
After an 11-hour day with 7 hours of interviews and stuff,
I hear you.
The declaration came across my desk. We did a lot of work with you and a lot of good work with the town. And I think that some of the areas that will be able to be display gardens and stuff are going to be very optimal from what I'm hearing. And I hope to look forward to working between all the town departments and the pollinator group to make this happen.
Right. And anyone who wants to learn more, there is, of course, a Facebook page, Simsbury Pollinator Pathway. We also have a website that is simspolpath.org. So, people want to get involved or, they're interested in at home planting pollinators and pollinating gardens and putting themselves on the pollinator pathway. It's all certainly welcome.
Are those links onto our commission website yet?
Not yet, but I certainly can work with Tom on that. I think I would come to you for that, Tom. So
If you forward that stuff to me, I have editing abilities, and I could put some of those links on there. I know I did the prelim for some stuff, and I really have to finalize that. We've just been very, very, very busy and understaffed, but we're we're working towards an end goal, and it looks like we're making great strides. So I hope to continue that
Yep.
effort forward.
Definitely. And thank you, Charlie, for suggesting that. It's a great idea. And
Yeah.
I'll forward them along to you, Tom. Thank you.
Thank you.
I do want to recognize that I did see the what to plant for birds is on our section of the webpage. So much appreciation there.
I'd like to dial that up a little bit, but at this point, I'm just trying to do a beta test and make sure it works and everything else.
It's something, and it's especially relevant with whatever mystery disease is going around birds that has everybody screaming. I mean, I know that no one's supposed to have bird feeders up pretty much anyways right now, but it's like
Correct.
all the more reason to plant things that birds like anyway. So
I will continue my effort as best as I can in my time frames. Thank you.
thank you. It's appreciated. Anything else?
I think other than that, we would move to adjournment, and it's the favorite motion usually of most meetings. So whoever would like to be the chief could be
I
the
will
chief.
entertain one.
So
I
moved.
motion we adjourn.
I will second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
All right.
All right. Thank you all.
Have
Take care.
Have a great night.
Night.